Hey guys, it's Krystle back at it again with another video, and I'm so excited to be bringing you another episode of my series 5 Hacks for a 5, where I walk you through how to get a 5 on some of the hardest AP exams out there. I know it's April now, which means we're getting close to AP exam season, which for me was one of the most literally stressful, hair-tearing times of my entire life, not just in high school, but I think even in adult life, there's not that much that rivals that kind of feeling when May is rolling around and you have that one shot at these exams that can really play a big role in determining how colleges see your applications. So, because I know there are so many of you guys who feel exactly the same way that I used to, I love making these videos for you, and today we're going to be talking about AP Precalculus. But what I'm especially excited about is that this year I'm going to do you guys one better than even making these videos. This year, my company, My Ivy Education, which does all things college counseling, academic consulting, tutoring, is running AP weekend boot camps. And so on Saturday and Sunday, April 25th and 26th, from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, aka 3 to 5 p.m. PST, we're going to be running the AP Pre-Calc Bootcamp, but definitely check out my website where we have a full list of the whole schedule of the different AP bootcamps that we're running on all the weekends from here through the rest of April. We're going over everything from AP World History to AP Biology to AP Chemistry and so many more. So be sure to click the link in the description down below, and I'll also put it on the video right on the screen here so you can't miss it. And I will also be giving you guys a quirky little discount code, $25 off, if you let us know that YouTube sent you here with the code YouTube. So without further ado, let's get into it with my top 5 tips. And just now, we'll be expanding on all of these and so much more in the AP Pre-Calc Bootcamp on April 25th and 26th. So we can't wait to see you there. So first and foremost, what my students are always telling me is that they have such a hard time actually finding multiple choice practice problems online. It seems like, honestly, they've been pretty much wiped from the internet. I don't know why there aren't more resources out there, but it is clearly a problem. So I found several websites that you can use to get some repositories of practice problems, and I'll put them up on the screen here. But we have Calculoso and Note, I think is how it's pronounced. And let me also plug one of my students whom I helped get into Stanford for computer science actually created this amazing tool called Study AP, where he uses AI to generate a ton of different kinds of AP practice problems, including for sure for the math and science APs. So you can check that out right here as well. You can definitely get access to huge question banks full of free practice problems. So if you're having any trouble finding multiple choice questions to practice with, there you have it. And we'll be going over way more of these in the bootcamp. Hack number 2, understand the curve. All you need to score a 5 on AP Precalculus is a raw score of 67% or higher on the exam. 67%. It's not that hard, you guys. You can do it. We can all do this. Yes, we, as a community, can absolutely get 67% or higher on AP Pre-Calc, okay? So what that means is you should be writing down at least something for any question where you get to show your work, like the FRQs, the free response questions. Each of these is scored out of 6 points. And so if you just write down the bare minimum, then you are probably going to get at least 1 or 2 points. Like, let's say, goodness forbid, which is not going to happen if you come to our boot camp, but you look at the question and you think to yourself, oh, I have no idea what I'm looking at here. I don't know how to solve this. At least try and summarize in variable form what the question is asking you and what your goal is. What are the variables? What are the values that you're given? And what is it that you're trying to figure out? Are there any formulas that you can at least think of that might be useful and applicable in this situation? Write them down. Just put something on the page. Again, come to our boot camp and you will not be in that situation. But if you are, there's a little hack for you. Hack number 3 is know your algebra and trigonometry inside and out. Now, we'll be going over all the formulas that you need to know in the boot camp, but I thought I'd list them out for you here. So you're going to need to know Pythagorean identities and some difference in double angle identities for sine and cosine specifically. You're also going to need to understand the unit circle, reciprocal identities, odd function formulas, sum and difference formulas, co-function formulas, and inverse trig functions and their definitions. I'll put it all up right here so that you can take a screenshot, pause to take a picture, and then obviously you can study those on your own. Or you can come to our boot camp and have pre-ready problems to go through to make your life so much easier. So, up to you. Hack number 4, understand how to solve word problems. It might sound simple, but it's a very specific skill and one that will get you far. So, here is my tried and tested way of breaking down those pesky word problems. Step 1, name everything that you see. Assign everything a variable. You can use the first letter of the thing that you're trying to solve for. Price, for instance, or sometimes the AP exam likes to try and make things fun and tell you that you're solving problems about pizza and cake and whatever, so then you can call them P and C. Doesn't matter what variables you assign to the aspects of the word problem, but just something. Give them some kind of a variable that makes it easy for you to identify and go through the process of solving what you're being asked to solve. Step number 2, write down everything that you know. Any equation that you think is going to be relevant to solving this. You could write it out even in words if you have to. Obviously, number form is going to be ideal, but just jot down what you think are going to be the steps to solving this. Step 3. Ideally, at this point, you have enough information to actually solve the equation. If you're running into any difficulties, use your intuition. Draw on your best guess for what you think is necessary at this point. Repeat. If this equation doesn't work, try to use another formula that you know is relevant and applicable in this situation. Finally, always check your answer. Make sure that the number that you've come up with doesn't seem absolutely absurd. Like if you're looking at how many gallons of water are you going to end up with at the end of a problem, then your answer shouldn't be a negative number. Make sure that everything is actually feasible and would function in the real world. And plug that number back into the original way that the word problem is stated if possible to make sure that 100% it works. And if you replace your variable with the number that you've gotten, everything checks out and balances on both sides. Hack number 5, become besties with your graphing calculator. Seriously guys, this is such a simple step, but if I had a penny for how many people I know just never mess around with their graphing calculator and get familiar with it before the exam, oh my goodness, I would have quite a lot of pennies. Specifically, it's really important to keep in mind that the AP Precalculus exam only uses radians. Very rarely will they ever use degrees on problems that cover that kind of material. So make sure your calculator is set to radians, not degrees. It'll save you so much time from having to go through this on the actual exam. You guys, I hope this was helpful to you. I honestly really loved pre-calculus when I was in high school. It was one of my favorite classes, so I actually really enjoyed making this video, even though math, I know, can sometimes just really get in people's heads. It does not have to be the case. Come to our boot camp. We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna gamify things. We're gonna go over all the little hacks and tips and tricks that we wish we knew when we took the exam. And we cannot wait to see you guys there. So make sure to sign up before the deadline so that you can get $25 off with the code YouTube. And be sure to like and subscribe because I will be making a ton more of these 5 hacks for 5 videos in this upcoming week and posting them. And so any specific AP exams that you're taking that I don't have a video on just yet, be sure to comment below and I will gladly make a video all for you, okay? Yes, you. So I'll see you guys in my next 5 hacks for 5 video coming very soon, and I can't wait to see you all there. Bye guys!